We get a quorum today. You know, how many folks really want to hear me babble again? Well, we finally got beautiful weather here, man. I ran this morning. Oh, it makes me run so much faster when it's so nice outside. You know, I just a little aside until people start finding me. You know. Is that, God, I'm 74 and I started running when I was like 23, 24, something like that, because I'm a fat kid. And I remember that then the doctors always said, oh, you can't run more than 20 years, 30 years or something, your knees are gonna go and all this kind of stuff, to tell me all these reasons why I couldn't run. Man, I've been running almost 50 years now, and I still go, and I still get bursts of speed, and then I mean, your body reacts, in certain times. It doesn't work as you thought it did or should, but I'm still pretty good. I mean, I don't know, I was never fast, I never competed or anything like that. I just do it for exercise. But last year, boy, I was knocking off like a minute off my miles for some reason. There was just something, all of a sudden. And actually what I did about a couple of years ago, about 3-4 years ago, I just said, okay, what are my factory recommended settings? I feel that we're built as bodies to walk forever, I guess, and do so. Why can't we run forever? But it's sort of like, I think we just screw up the bodies, and then we find, we have operations to fix something, and I think, boy, I mean, if we just use it like we're built, and that seems, boy, it worked for me, and I have to take shorter strides. I think as a younger person, I was trying to be so fast and everything, take long strides. My body wasn't built for that, and so I could keep my aches and pains down, if I keep my strides down and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see, who do we have here? Anybody here? And okay, there's a couple of things, housekeeping stuff. You can always reach me, send me an email at letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. Tweak it. What do you mean, Ryan? Tweak it. Tweak my running, that's what you mean, okay. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. I'll try to answer everybody. If I don't, screw up, just mail me again. Hey, you old fart, you forgot to answer me. That's it. I mean, I just, forget stuff and whatever. We all have really important things to do in life, which is very debatable. So just hit on me again if I don't answer, when I should. Because, man, I mean, to me, like I do a lot of these talk things. If you go to lesgo.com/talk, and it's so wonderful. I see off the top of my head, I could give you a phone number or something just to help you with things in life, because I've been studying this stuff for 40 years. I've been running longer, but it's just such a pleasure, and that's why that's what I want to do the rest of my life. Have a little business that just I share all this stuff and knowledge I learn and keep sharing, because you got one idiot like me who's researching every day, finding these programs that you could use. And by the way, in the headline here, I have a website, lesgo.com/5free, and there you can get my 5 best sources of free money and help to do anything. So these are the places that I turn to when I'm doing my research reports for clients, because that's what really I do. I spend all day finding free money and help for clients. And that's what I want to share with you today, is some stuff I found about housing. And this is important, because so many people now, I mean, the interest rates, I think, are still low as hell. A lot of people still don't have housing. There's still a lot of programs out there. There's programs all over, but they're just not in one place. And the problem is, I'm trying to read these things like, you're my mentor, thanks for being the man. Well, nowadays, you're never sure if I'm the man, the woman, or somewhere in between, or whatever. But thanks for that. Anyway, back to the housing stuff. It's just hard to find where to find it, and that's what I do. But I want to share with you, to slowly educate everybody that this stuff takes work. See, what happens, us salesmen, out there want to say, oh, all you have to do is this one thing, and you change your whole life, and it's all easy, and just send me money. man, life's not that way. It takes work. And the good stuff that's really good does take work, you know. And that's what people I'm researching, I want to train you, teach you that it does take work, but it's there. You're just looking in the wrong places. Now, I was helping a client out in, boy, a little town out in California, Apple Valley. I never even heard of anything. Okay, listen to the programs they have. Oh, first of all, now there's a program that's almost everywhere. It's called Rebuilding Together. This is to fix up your home. Get your home fixed up for free. Now, it's an income requirement, but so many people, man, don't ignore income requirements until you see what it is. Just go after stuff because you never know. Now, particularly in housing, there's a lot of housing say you're making $80,000 and that's considered disadvantaged. You know? It certainly is. So, even though they say they're an income requirement, find out what it is. And also, even if you're close, then also contact them because there's always if, ands, or buts. People can make exceptions or, oh, yeah, I didn't know you had a mother-in-law too. Well, that means you can make more because you have to put up with your mother-in-law or whatever it is. You never know. And that's why it's important to contact. We like to make assumptions and say, oh, that's not for us, or I know that wasn't, or whatever. Man, it doesn't matter what happens at the end. It only matters that if you tried and see what it really is. Don't trust any huckster, particularly like me, what the answer is. You have to go to the horse's mouth and find out what it is. That's why we rely on experts and everything like that, and sure, they could give you a hint or whatever, but go to the horse's mouth. You want to know about something that you got to go to the horse's mouth. Okay, now this Rebuilding Together, now that's .org. And they're all over the country. There's a nonprofit organization. Actually, I knew them 30, 40 years ago when they used to be called Christmas in April. Yeah, that's what it's called, Christmas in April. Wait a minute, I see here, where's the staple? It's the staple. Ryan, you actually brought from, sorry, maybe there's someone talking in between themselves. Christmas in April. And they come and fix your house for free, but they use volunteers. So they have like a party. And they come out and do repairs to your house. I mean, it's a wonderful program. It's growing like heck all over the country or whatever. And so it's really important, that we know about these things. But see, they don't advertise because they don't have money. They're giving everything away for free. So how are they going to have money to advertise? That's the problem. See, we all live on advertising. We all learn about stuff doing advertising. And so the people giving out money for free, we don't know about them. Okay, now here's another one for Apple Valley. Okay, if you go to applevalley.org and you'll learn about this program. Now to take advantage of this program, you have to be in Apple Valley, or move to Apple Valley to buy a house. But reason I'm telling you about these programs, if I tell you that you could get $50,000, actually $55,000 at 0% interest and postpone the payment forever until you sell the house. $55,000, 0% interest, and you don't have to pay it back until you sell the house. Wow. So that's the kind of help, but that's a government program, see, and that's what I love to buy in limited funds. Okay, see, they're the kind of program. So you have to find out what's near you or where you want to go live. So what you do is you go to the government of where you want to go. Where you wanted, the town or the towns around you, and you check every one of them. And see, the other thing, the people selling you houses, the real estate people and all these kinds of things, I mean, they may or may not know about these things, but they don't make money off them. Nobody makes money off of these things. That's why you don't know about it. If people were getting 10% of what you're going to get, then you'll have people at your door, right? But nobody gets money out of it because they're giving away free, so they can't afford to do that. So that's an Apple Valley. That's just one program. Okay, here's another program they have. $20,000 to fix up your home, and no down payment till you sell the home. So you know that if you fix up a home because you want to sell it, that fixing up a new kitchen, $20,000 could raise the house price by $50,000, right? And so that gives you a lot more money plus to pay back the loan. And even if you use it for 30 years or whatever. See, that's another program. Well, how about, here's another, $45,000 to fix up your, just make your house look beautiful if you're in a commercial district. That's a grant also. That's a grant money. See, that's called facade loans, and it's usually for business properties, but a lot of people live in these business properties. So it depends, particularly in small towns. Or here, how about get 30% of mortgage as a down payment money with 3% interest, and it's not payable until you sell the home, you transfer the home, or in 30 years. So you get, 30% of the mortgage. So that means if you buy a $300,000 house, 30% of the mortgage is what? $90,000, So that means you have $90,000 by a $300,000 house. So that means your mortgage now isn't $300,000. It's only $210,000. So you're saving $1,000 a month or whatever on mortgage payments. See? So you're going to have a lot of money at the end of 30 years with this kind of program to pay off the $30,000 plus. In 3 years you pay that off, right? And then you're just collecting money forever. See, that's what's out there that people don't realize. Or here's emergency home repairs. This is another thing that's a lot available in a lot of counties I see, a lot of cities around the country. Emergency home repairs, okay? And this is up to $12,000 grant. And again, this is in Upland. It's right next to Apple Valley. Here's $90,000 to fix up your home. $90,000, and at 0% interest up to 3% interest, depending on how much you get, whether they're going to go to 0% to 3%. See, anything you invest in a house, I think it just improves the value of that house more than the cost of the fix-up money, and then well, by the time you sell it, and you don't have to pay it back till you sell it. Okay, here's 5% grant for down payment, $50,000 to make your home more energy efficient. Okay, there's a lot of this out in California, cities out there, counties out there, and also all over the country. They're worried about energy efficiency. I think this administration doesn't seem to be so worried about it, but there are local groups that are all the time. So. There's special programs for that. And actually, there's programs now that to be more energy efficient, what they do is because you're going to reduce, if you make your home more energy efficient, you reduce your utility bill. So what happens is you get part of your utility bill to pay for the money to make your house more energy efficient. So it's a win-win-win all over, and it costs you nothing out of pocket. I don't know if you understood that, but it sounds like a Ponzi scheme, but it isn't. You'll see if you have one of those programs in your area. Okay, remember, the programs I'm talking about, it varies from wherever you live. You're going to have different programs wherever you live, and this is what I do. I mean, my research clients, if you go to lesco.com/research, I do things like this for housing, I do it for starting a business, and I do another one, a huge one, just on living expenses. So I show you what's available where you live. I do this grunt work. This is how I find these things. I'm doing this every day, for people who want to report on this. And I send you a video report of all the programs in your city that just apply to you. See, a lot of them, if you don't live in this city that I'm talking about, you don't know. Now here's $15,000 non-repayable loan. That's right, they call it a non-repayable loan. That's what I mean, you don't know what to ask for. How the hell would you know to call up the government and say, hey, I'd like to talk to your non-repayable loan department? No, you're not saying that. You're calling them up and say, hey, I want a grant, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kowalski, we have no grants. And then you go home. And you didn't know they had non-repayable loans, right? That's what I mean. See the question mark suit? That's why I wear the question mark suit. If we live in an information society, if you get information on anything you want in the world, you go to Google, it's the questions. You're looking for grants and you forgot about non-repayable loans. And there's so many other things. Okay, here's another program with $58,000 to bring your purchase price down. See, they want people with can't afford a home. They give you a whole bunch of money to bring the price down so that you could afford that mortgage. I mean, it's crazy. No one would have thought that. And that's in the city of Rialto. Even if it's maybe you use it as a commuter district. That's why when you're looking for housing or something, check out the cities around where you live. Not only your city or whatever, because maybe they're giving you $60,000 to get your mortgage down, so you have a lower thing. Okay, here's $20,000 down payment, low interest loan with no payment and no interest for 5 years. So you don't pay anything for 5 years. Okay, $60,000 for down payment with 0% interest for the first 10 years. 0%. Where is Apple Valley? That's in California. And that's in the city of Chino. They have $50,000 down payment. Okay, $50,000 down payment money. Here's $7,000, $7,500 to help buy a 1 to 4 family property. See, there's money for that too, to get you started and become a real estate developer, where you're buying a 1 to 4 family property, and so you're living in one, and you got 3 other units to be a fat cat real estate mogul. So that's pretty cool. Down payment and closing costs, a lot of this all over. $5,000, $7,000 to $15,000. This is an interesting thing I didn't find out about till recently. What I've been doing is I usually go to the government offices to see what they have. And what I've been missing for many months now is something that's happening at the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, Federal Home Loan Bank. These are a federal bank, and what they do is give grants to people, to other local banks, to give as grant money to people who want to go housing. So I've been missing this. I've been stupid for many years, and now I include this in all my reports, so what's available from banks, because you're not going to find it through the government offices that I use, or the nonprofit organizations. That's another thing I show you. All the nonprofit organizations, sort of like that, build together, that fix up your houses for free, other things. But I show you how to find out the programs, in your town that are getting Federal Home Loan Bank money to do it. And these are commercial financial institutions. See, I would have never thought of that, because it'd be going to a .com. But that .com is getting a grant to give to you. And that's the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. And you could start by going to the, where the heck is it? Federal Home, FHLBANKS. FHLBANKS. Okay, and find out all the Federal Home Loan Banks, in your area, because they have 15 regions or something. So you go to the regional bank and you find out what thing, because they have things like grants for homeowners. They have affordable housing. They're trying to make more houses affordable. They have first-time home buyer programs. All these kinds of programs from the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, that's giving it to local financial institutions, that gives it to consumers, as grant money. See, and I missed that because of my biasness or whatever. I think anybody.com is all wrong, but it's not all wrong all the time. So that's what I missed. Let's see. I want to talk later. I think I'm going to stop now. And let's see, I'm a homeowner in Oakdale, Minnesota, laid off in unemployment, 2 kids, disabled wife, I missed it. I couldn't read it. I'll try to answer you. Send me an email, because I don't see these notes afterwards, particularly on YouTube. But if you call your HUD housing counselor, that's a good place to start. If you do HUD, H-U-D counseling, zero in on that. There'll be a big list by state. You go on the chart and you find out where your local HUD housing counselor is. They'll help you for free, or actually go to my website. I have a free report that's about 20-30 pages of all the sources of beginning places to look for free money, and it shows you how to use them, whatever. So if you go to lesco.com/5free, Download that report. I have videos that explain the HUD counseling. I have videos that explain how to find nonprofits to help you. I have all the videos in there, that explain these great starting places, to find free money and help for anything, So then you could set up a competing business like me and do it for people, But it's all that. Download that, and that's a good place to get. I'm going to come back maybe about an hour or so, and I'm going to tell you about programs I found on the internet that help with homeowners and particularly investors. And this is peer-to-peer stuff to help you become a real estate investor, to get money, to buy houses, flip houses, stuff like that. So stay tuned around, or keep this online or whatever. And I'm going to come back a little later to talk about that. Flipping with the internet. Okay. Thanks again. So that's letsgo.com/5free to get that free download. You want me to do research? Letsgo.com/research. And if you want to talk, which I really have a lot of fun doing, helping people that way, it's letsgo.com/talk. So you and I spend as long as you want. You want to do it 5 minutes, 50 minutes, and just pick my brain. I just pour it out. It's so much fun to see what I know. I don't even know until you ask me. I've been studying this thing for 40 years. I've written 100 books, tens and tens of thousands of sources here. I don't know what it is until somebody asks. So ask, please. Asking you. Okay, ask.